slightly less doomed souls. You're locked into the Stardust Hour. I'm your host, Jack Mercer. And yeah, I'm still here. Don't ask me why. The coffee machine in the studio runs on pure spite and the lingering scent of forgotten nightmares. I'm pretty sure it's sentient, and it judges my life choices every morning.
And I'm Evelyn Hart, the one who occasionally pulls Jack back from the brink of existential despair. Mostly because his rants are bad for the ratings. Tonight, we're not just talking about shadows in the corner of your eye. We're talking about the things that wear those shadows like a second skin. The ones who look like us, talk like us, but have an internal architecture that would make a seasoned mortician question their career choices. We're talking about shapeshifters.
Shapeshifters, skin crawlers, the Is That My Aunt Mildred, or a vaguely human-shaped bag of angry bees club. We're talking about the entities that treat the human form like a disposable Halloween costume. They'll wear it until it gets a little too frayed, a little too used, and then they'll shed it in a messy pile of discarded flesh and wet, snapping sounds, leaving you to wonder if you ever really knew anyone at all.
It's that subtle flicker in the reflection, Jack. That moment when you catch your own eyes in a darkened window, and they seem to hold a different, older kind of hunger. Tonight, we're not just peeling back the layers, we're tearing them off. We're going to find out what's truly hiding beneath the veneer of normalcy, and why the universe seems so damn insistent on wearing us like a particularly ill-fitting suit.
So, let's get into the gristle of it. And I mean that in the most unappetizing way possible. What is a shapeshifter? The old stories say spirits or cursed humans. But if you've ever seen one up close, and I mean really seen one, not just a blurry photo on a conspiracy forum, you know it's not magic. It's a biological imperative. It's a messy, screaming process of cellular rearrangement that looks less like a graceful transformation and more like a car crash involving a meat grinder, played back in agonizing slow motion.
Precisely, Jack. Take the ancient legends of the Skinwalker. They don't just become a wolf, they wear the wolf. They subvert the natural order, twisting the very essence of life into a grotesque mockery. It's a theft of identity, a violation of form. You take the shape, you take the power, and you leave the discarded humanity on the floor like a forgotten grocery list or a particularly nasty piece of gum.
I once read a report, buried deep in some forgotten government archive, probably labeled, "Do not read before lunch," about a poor bastard in the Ozarks. He didn't turn into a wolf. He turned into something that resembled a wolf if you were squinting through a kaleidoscope and had just chugged a gallon of moonshine. His bones didn't just grow, they snapped and reknitted with the sound of 1,000 dry twigs breaking underfoot. His ribcage expanded until it cracked his own sternum. A sound that would curdle milk and turn your stomach inside out. That, my friends, is the sound of a shifter making a mistake.
And then you have the Japanese kappa. Everyone imagines them as cute, mischievous turtle men. They are not. They are primordial predators, lurking in the liminal spaces of stagnant water. They have a dish on their head, Jack, a literal reservoir of their essence. If it dries out, they wither. It's a perfect, brutal metaphor for the fragility of the mask we all wear. We all have a dish we're desperately trying to keep full, don't we? A little reservoir of normal that we protect so the world doesn't see the gnashing, hungry thing underneath.
My dish is currently filled with the existential dread of 1,000 forgotten radio hosts, Evelyn. But you're right. The European tales of lycanthropy, that's not a curse of the moon. That's a surge of primal adrenaline and a total, catastrophic breakdown of the prefrontal cortex. It's the beast winning. And the beast is always always hungry. It doesn't want a steak. It wants the feeling of your pulse stopping between its teeth, the warmth of fresh, spilled life.
Visceral. I approve. But let's talk about the why. Why do they do it? Is it pure survival, or is it just a game to them? Some of these entities have been slithering around since the first single-celled organism looked at another and thought, I could wear that. They've had eons to practice being us. They're better at being human than we are, because they don't have to deal with trivialities like conscience or the rising cost of living.
We usually take calls on this show, but tonight our phone lines are currently doing their best impression of a melted plastic sculpture. So instead, I've got a live caller. He sounds agitated and a little too awake for this hour. You're on Stardust Hour. Who's this?
Yo, what's good? This is Kyle. Yeah, I got a story, man. It's kind of wild. Like, really wild. Not just, I saw a squirrel with a tiny hat wild, but the fabric of reality just unzipped itself wild. And I was standing right there when it happened. Or, well, sitting. Behind the counter at the gas station, off the highway, I was just existing, trying to make it to AM without having to clean up another bodily fluid incident.
All right, Kyle. Take a breath. What happened at your gas station?
So, I'm just chilling behind the counter, right? It's like, I'm dead quiet. Just the hum of the fridge and the faint smell of stale coffee. I'm watching the security monitors, making sure nobody's trying to siphon gas with a garden hose. And then I see it. On camera, pointed at pump. No joke. It's like 1 second a dude filling up his beat up sedan. The next, like a blur. Not a dog, not an alien, just wrong. Like a bad render in a video game. But the pixels were made of meat. My brain just kind of skipped a frame. Like a cheap horror movie, but I was the star and the monster was real. And it was looking right at the camera, right at me.
The eyes, Kyle. Tell us about the eyes. The camera picked them up?
And its eyes, bro, the camera caught it. They were like galaxies, but all twisted up. Not normal, not the kind of normal you see on TV. More like the kind of normal that screams, I've seen things, man, and they've seen me back. And it smiles, crooked, all wrong, not even cool, like a shark trying to wink. Then the bell rings for the door. No one's there, just dead silence. The kind of silence that makes your ears ring and you wonder if you're actually hearing anything at all, or if it just turned off the sound. So I rewind the footage, right? Just to make sure my brain wasn't playing tricks. And man, the footage, it was like watching a glitch in the Matrix. But the Matrix was having a full-blown seizure. The dude at the pump, he just shimmered. Like heat haze off asphalt. But it was him. And then he wasn't. The camera caught it, man. For a split second, it was like a dozen different things all at once. A dog? Yeah, but also something with too many limbs. And then something that looked like a pile of wet rags. And then back to the dude. But the eyes, the camera picked up the eyes. They glowed. Not like a reflection, but from within. Like tiny, malevolent flashlights. And then, just as it was about to shift back, you could see the seams. Like a cheap suit, man, but the seams were breathing.
Fascinating. And what happened next on the footage?
Well, that's the thing, right? The footage just skipped, like a jump cut. 1 second, the thing's there. The next, it's gone. And the attendant, I'm just wiping down the counter like nothing happened. Like my brain just hit the delete button. And that's when it hit me, man. This isn't just some random monster. This is organized. You ever think about how the government always seems to be one step ahead? Like, how do they know everything? It's not satellites, man. It's not drones. It's them. They're using these things. They're probably wearing them. Like, what if every politician, every news anchor, every guy who tells you to stay calm during an alien invasion, what if they're all just suits? Empty suits being worn by things that don't care about our tax dollars, only about data, or maybe protein. Think about it, man. The way they just know things, the way they control the narrative, it's too smooth, too perfect. It's like they've got a whole army of these things just blending in, waiting for the signal, waiting for the next big event.
Kyle, back to the gas station. What happened after the footage skipped? And what about the cars?
Oh, right. The gas station. So after the footage skipped, I just stood there. My brain was trying to process it, but it was like trying to fit a square peg into a black hole. And then, dude, the cars start looping. Like they're part of some cosmic dance. Like the universe decided to hit the repeat button on a particularly unsettling GIF. And that thing, looking right at me, like it was saying, "You see me, bro?" And I swear it wasn't asking, it was telling me. And I swear it smiled again, just for a second. Like it was saying, "Yeah, I see you, man, and I know what you had for breakfast." And that's when I knew I was officially part of the weird club. The one where the initiation involves questioning everything you thought you knew about reality. And maybe needing new underwear. And definitely never trusting a gas station attendant again. Especially when that attendant is me.
Whoa, Kyle, thanks for that. Folks, sometimes the stories that chill us most are the ones we can't quite explain, especially when they involve gas stations, security footage, and a healthy dose of government paranoia. Or maybe, just maybe, Kyle's got a direct line to the Cosmic Horror Hotline. Either way, it's a good story. A really good story.
Indeed. Thanks for sharing, Kyle. Stay safe out there, and maybe try to avoid the night shift for a while. And perhaps keep an eye on your local politicians, or don't. We're not your mom. We just document the weirdness, and sometimes we encourage it.
Feeling unsettled? Does your own reflection seem to be judging your life choices? Are you experiencing inexplicable urges to communicate with inanimate objects? Then you need Blissful Ignorance brand brain bleach. One convenient spray and poof. All those inconvenient memories of rippling faces, spongy steering wheels, and predatory reflections are gone. Replaced with pleasant thoughts of puppies, rainbows, and perfectly compliant tax forms. Available now at your local convenience store, right next to the suspiciously fresh milk. Blissful Ignorance brand brain bleach. Because some things are better left unremembered.
Welcome back. If you're still listening, congratulations. You've got a higher tolerance for existential dread than most. We were talking about the slip, that moment when the mask falls, or the skin suit gets a tear. It's not a magic trick. It's a biological process, ugly and inefficient. Like watching a snake try to put on a sweater.
Let's delve into the skin suit theory, Jack. There are documented cases, whispers in the dark corners of the internet, redacted files in forgotten government servers, of entities that don't just change their shape, they inhabit ours. They find a host. They reconfigure the internal organs to make room, and they move in. It's like a hermit crab, but instead of a shell, it's your neighbor Bob, who always mows his lawn at AM on a Sunday.
I've seen the aftermath of a failed move-in. It's not pretty. It looks like a Jackson Pollock painting made of bile, bone fragments, and a surprising amount of glitter. The entity gets the proportions wrong. Too much leg, not enough torso. You end up with these uncanny valley abominations that haunt the suburbs. They lurk in the shadows of the streetlights, waiting for someone to walk by so they can try again. Practice makes perfect, right? Except their practice involves a lot of screaming and property
And the hunger, Jack. Don't forget the hunger. When you're constantly burning through calories to maintain a shape that isn't yours, you need fuel, high-protein fuel. That's why these sightings always happen near places where people tend to vanish. National parks, dark alleys, bus stations. It's not a mystery. It's a particularly gruesome buffet, and we're all on the menu.
It makes you look at everyone differently, doesn't it? You're at the grocery store, and you see a woman staring a little too long at the raw chicken. Is she just checking the price? Or is she wondering if she can unhinge her jaw wide enough to swallow it whole without attracting undue attention? You never know. The guy in the produce aisle, meticulously inspecting the avocados. Maybe he's just looking for the perfect ripeness. Or maybe he's trying to figure out if he can become the avocado.
I've done that. The staring, I mean. Not the jaw thing, or have I? The point is, the mask is heavy, and sometimes it slips. That's what the glitch in the Matrix really is. It's a shifter, having a muscle cramp. It's a changeling, forgetting how many fingers humans are supposed to have. It's a momentary lapse in the performance, a fleeting glimpse behind the curtain. And what you see there, well, it tends to stick with you.
We're coming to the end of the hour, or the end of the world, whichever decides to show up first. The reports are coming in faster now. People seeing shadows that move independently of the light, like they're peeling themselves off the walls. People hearing their own voices calling to them from places they know are empty. It's a full-scale infiltration. And the best part, most people are too busy staring at their glowing rectangles to notice the person next to them has skin that's vibrating like a poorly tuned bass guitar.
It's a perverse kind of beauty, isn't it? The ultimate deception. We've built a civilization on the fragile scaffolding of trust, and these things are the ultimate betrayal of that trust. They're the new game plus of evolution, the apex predators of mimicry, and we're just the particularly squishy, easily fooled NPCs waiting to be farmed for whatever they deem valuable.
So, here's my advice for the night, you brave, foolish listeners. If you're at home and you hear a knock on the door and it sounds like your best friend, but the rhythm of the knock is just a fraction of a second off, don't open it. If you look at your dog and he's looking at you with eyes that seem to be calculating the precise volume of your skull, maybe sleep with one eye open and keep a heavy blunt object within reach, just in case.
And remember, if you see something that defies all logic, all reason, all common sense, don't try to rationalize it away. Don't tell yourself it was just a trick of the light, because the light isn't the one trying to wear your face. The thing in the light is.
Stay golden, you doomed legends. Keep your hands on your weapons and your eyes on the shadows, because the Stardust Hour isn't just a show, it's a warning. And the warning is, the skin suits are coming, and they've got your exact measurements. If you're still alive to hear this, do us a favor. Hit that subscribe button. Leave a like. Share this with anyone who still has their original skeletal structure. We need to keep the signal alive, because once the signal dies, we're all just meat, and nobody wants to be just meat.
Until next time, stay curious, stay cautious, and for the love of whatever cosmic horror is currently listening in, keep your feet covered. Some of us have a reputation to uphold. Good night, Jack.
Good night, Evelyn. Try not to become a particularly unsettling piece of modern art before morning.